Alright guys, I'm going to show you all how to turn a pair of old jeans into a really cute and fairly easy to make obi belt that will work with a variety of outfits. So the tools you're going to need for this project include a tape measure, a fabric pencil, stick pins, fabric shears or scissors, thread in the color of your choosing, and a sewing machine. Now the material that I'm using for this project is a pair of old dungarees. This material is relatively stiff. You don't want something that's too stretchy, nor do you want something that's too thin. So let us begin. Hey, that rhymes. So the obi belt comes in 3 sections. So you have the front of the belt, which is of course in the front, and you have 2 belt straps that will be sewn into the front of the belt. Easy enough so far. So the first thing you're going to do is measure your natural waist, and for me that is 27 inches. Next, you're going to cut off one of the pant legs, flip it inside out, and I'm removing the hem just to make sure that I have enough length here. Now the formula for the front of the belt, the length is your waist minus 2 inches plus 0.5 inch seam allowance. For me, that'll be 25.5 inches. The width of the front of the belt is 3 inches plus 0.5 inch seam allowance, which is 3.5 inches. After you have drawn your rectangle on the wrong side of your fabric, you're going to pin those pieces together and you are going to cut on the line. Simple enough so far, right? Relatively easy. Now that you have cut out your rectangle, you're next going to cut the corners of the front of the belt. You're going to leave about 1.5 inches space in the middle, so you are cutting a trapezoid as opposed to cutting a triangle. See? There's a trapezoid. You're going to fold it in half and you're going to use that side as a guide to cut the other side. So look at that, you have 2 trapezoids. Now the belt length formula is your waist plus 5 inches plus 0.5 inch seam allowance. That's for the length. For me, that's 32.5 inches. Now for the width of the belt strap is going to be 4 inches. Again, you're working on the wrong side. You're going to draw the line to create your rectangle and you're going to cut it out. Next, you're going to remove your pins and now you're left with your 2 belt straps. You're going to fold it in half, and I find that it's just easy to iron it to make it easier to work with. Next, you're going to pin your belt straps and you're just going to create a stitch. Remember, we're working on the wrong side. So relatively easy so far. So now you have sewn, you have your 2 belt straps, and you have the front of your belt that you sewed going all the way up and down. With the power of the internet, we are going to flip this bad boy inside out. So there you have it. I flipped it inside out and I ironed it just to make it look more professional. Next, we're going to create a top stitch going along the side of the strap like so. And we're going to create another top stitch going down the other side of the strap, so you have 2 top stitches. I find it makes it look more professional. Next, you're going to insert the belt strap into the front of the belt and you're going to pin it so that it'll be easier to sew because you don't want this thing to shift on you, and do the same for the other side. Next, we're going to create a top stitch going around the front of the belt like you did with the belt straps. Does that make sense? Of course it does, because we can see what's happening on the screen here. So once we get to the part where the belt strap is inserted into the front of the belt, I like to go back and forth just to reinforce it, because you don't want it to get loose and then you think you're cute and then all of a sudden your belt just falls apart and bam! There you have it. Easy as pie, and look at you with your cute self. So now I have a few tips for you all. When you are sewing the front of the belt, do not sew all the way up because you will not be able to flip this inside out. So make sure you leave the opening big enough so that you can flip this inside out. So I was just overzealous and just sewing that I forgot to leave enough allowance. So now when it comes down to the belt strap, you may find that you have a little bit of difficulty. So what I like to do is sort of kind of get it started. Take a pair of these bent needle nose pliers, insert it into the belt strap kind of pinch and grab one of the edges and pull it through. If you don't have a pair of needle nose pliers, you can just take your fingers, insert it, hold on to one side, and sort of scooch it on out. Is that a word? Scooch? Okay, you saw what's happening here on the screen. So that is it. For those of you all who are wondering what I'm wearing in this here video, I have it listed on the screen. I'm telling you, easy as pie. So yes, thank you so much for watching my very first video here on Gaudy is Good. I will upload videos every first and third Wednesday of the month. There's a preview of the tutorial that I have going on for the first of the month, and if you follow my other channel, here is my latest video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you decide to create this belt, just tag me somewhere on the internet. Use the hashtag GaudyIsGood so that I can see it. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and again, don't forget to subscribe. Bye!